1981, shortly after my return from St Martin's School of Art in London, where I studied under Anthony Karel and Philip King, I returned to South Africa, and this was one of the first sculptures produced. It is called Surface Piece, and it was given the national award called the Almax Award. It was for sculptures produced initially from a group of drawings that were submitted to Almax headquarters. The piece was then produced. It is a one-off bronze, so it was produced by it being initially made in balsa wood, and it was then cast into a mold. I fired the mold so that the wood burnt out, and it was then cast, so it's a direct cast. The sculpture is called Surface Piece, and at that time I was interested in the physical relationship of how sculpture sat in the world, be it on a base or on the ground. On the ground, one tended to read it much more in a physical sense, and as an object on a surface like this, one started to read it as one does, say, a dinky toy on a desktop. Here, the sculpture is made to have this ski-like surface that is creating a relationship with the surface that it sits on. So it seems to glide over the surface. So it had to do with this abstract kind of relationship between the two. The payload on the sculpture is a big chunk of felt. And of course, felt is what we very often place under objects that are heavy for them to be able to slide on surfaces. So the sculpture had to do with the kind of ordinariness of an object in the world, and at the same time alluding to a sense of speed and the clarity of form itself. And it reflects the constructed nature of sculpture that relates to St Martin's School of Art and the constructed steel sculpture from the tradition of Karel and King.